La Digue, the smallest of the three main islands of the Seychelles, is regarded by many visitors as the absolute highlight of the archipelago. The island is famous for its idyllic beaches, with crystal clear water, soft white sand, and striking granite boulders. They rank among the most beautiful in the world. Added to this are the island's relaxed charm and the warmth of its inhabitants. In this video, we'll take you on a tour around the island in true La Digue style by bicycle, the island's main mode of transport. We begin our island tour at the small harbour known here as the Jetty. This is the main arrival and departure point on La Digue. Not only do ferries from Mahi and Pralin dock here, but also excursion boats that take visitors to the surrounding islands. In addition, cargo boats regularly arrive bringing food and other supplies from Mahi to keep the island stocked. There's always a buzz of activity at the little harbour, especially when the Anse Cocos and Anse Rose ferries arrive. From here, we set off on our bicycles, which cost around €10 per day each, heading north. First, we pass the island's largest hotel, le Domaine de l'Orangerie. Straight afterwards, we begin our hilly ride uphill towards Anse Severe. Anse Severe is a long sandy beach, which at low tide becomes even wider, making it perfect for swimming and snorkeling. Along the shore, there are a few small, colourful beach bars where you can enjoy a delicious cocktail. The beach is also home to two giant tortoises called Papaya and Mango. They are usually found near the Bikini Bottom Bar and are always happy to be fed fruit. Anse Severe is, by the way, a wonderful spot to watch the sunset. We continue onto our next dream beach, Anse Patates. Even from above, this beach is simply spectacular. We park our bikes and walk down the small staircase to the beach to savour the moment and take in the sea views before continuing north. Huge, smooth granite boulders, lush green palms, soft white sand, and turquoise water create a truly breathtaking scene. On the way, we pass several smaller guest houses and are treated to spectacular ocean views on our left. You can find all of these accommodations on our website, sayvillas.com, with prices starting at around €90 per night for two people. Soon, we arrive at a beautiful green-painted house, Villa Verte. This is home to the art gallery of one of the Seychelles' most famous artists, Georges Camille. The gallery is open daily, except on Sundays. Be sure to pop in during your island tour and let yourself be enchanted by the stunning artworks. We then carry on to the end of the road, from where you can see the small beach of Anse Caiman in the distance. Adventurous visitors can walk there at low tide, though it's easier to reach from the other side. More on that later in the video. For now, we head back along the road to the popular smoothie bar, Chez Jules. It's especially well known for its freshly blended juices and smoothies. We treat ourselves to one made with pineapple, mango, and passion fruit. Simply delicious. Next, we'd like to show you Le Digue's main village, La Passe. To get there, we cycle back along the road towards the harbour, passing the island's colourful cemetery along the way. If you're looking for a bite to take with you for a day at the beach, we can recommend Glorious Bakery, the only bakery on Le Digue. It's located just before the harbour and sells delicious pastries, quiches, Creole samosas, and even takeaway pizza. Here in the island's main village, you'll find a few shops where you can buy lovely, often handmade souvenirs. There's also a pharmacy, grocery shops, restaurants, bars, and the local jewellery shop, Creole, which sells pieces in the shape of the Coco de Mer. A truly special keepsake from a Seychelles holiday. The street here is always busy with bicycles. Just remember that traffic keeps to the left. Shortly after the harbour, there's a small fish, fruit and vegetable market that's open in the mornings. Most of the island's accommodation is found on this side of Le Digue, and it's also where the locals live. There's even a brand new hospital here. If you're looking for a dinner recommendation, we suggest the Italian restaurant at Le Repaire Boutique Hotel, located on the opposite side of the road from the coast. Be sure to make a reservation. It's essential. This beautiful hotel is also bookable through us. Booking early is well worth it, as the choice of small boutique hotels on the island is limited. The hotel's gorgeous beachfront bar is the perfect place to start your evening in a relaxed mood. With a cocktail or aperitif in hand, you can sit back, take in the sea views, and enjoy the atmosphere. Afterwards, the adjoining restaurant serves excellent Italian cuisine. The crispy wood-fired pizza is especially recommended. Just around the corner is Veuve Reserve, a small nature reserve that is the breeding ground of the endemic Seychelles paradise flycatcher, known locally simply as the paradise flycatcher. It's a lovely spot for a gentle stroll while admiring the island's natural beauty. At lunchtime, we stop at Rey Josh Takeaway, which serves delicious Creole dishes, very tasty and highly recommended. We can also highly recommend one of our snorkeling boat trips to Coco Island, Félicité or Grand Sur. The excursion lasts around half a day and departs from the harbour in Passe. In particular, we recommend the operator Jonathan. He knows every corner of the neighbouring islands and exactly which snorkeling spots are especially worthwhile. Here are a few impressions from such a trip. Feel free to have a look at our website. You'll find several of these boat excursions listed there. A trip like this is definitely a must-do when holidaying on Digue. Digue also has plenty to offer diving enthusiasts. Not far from the island are some of the very best dive sites in the Seychelles. You can either bring your diving certificate with you or complete a multi-day course here on the island to earn it. We're now close to the part of the island that draws so many visitors to Digue, the most photographed beach in the world, Anse Source d'Argent. To reach this world-famous beach, you pass through l'Union Estate, a vast nature and cultural park on Digue that offers a fascinating insight into the island's history. Right at the entrance, there's an admission fee. Important to note, this applies only to the park itself. Beaches in the Seychelles are legally protected and free for everyone to access. At the very start, you'll pass the old island cemetery, where Digue's first settlers were laid to rest. The estate was once one of the island's most important plantations, producing large quantities of coconuts and vanilla and processing them into copra, the dried coconut flesh from which coconut oil is extracted. Highlight here is the enclosure of Aldabra giant tortoises. These gentle creatures are amongst the largest and oldest land tortoises in the world, with some over 100 years old. You'll also find a typical old plantation house in colonial style, a fine example of architecture from times past. On Sundays, there's sometimes a barbecue held here. The park also features a few small souvenir stalls, including the little shop run by Rapunzel, who grew up on La Digue and sells her own coconut oil, soaps, vanilla, and other lovely products. Not far from her shop, there's a historic oven and a copra mill with a granite wheel that was once pulled by oxen. You can still get a good impression of the traditional production process in the park, with old presses, drying racks, and tools showing just how labour-intensive it once was. Everything was done by hand, from peeling the coconuts to pressing the oil. Alongside its wildlife and historical features, the park boasts beautiful natural surroundings. Towering palms, mighty banyan trees, and well-kept paths create a truly special atmosphere. L'Union Estate is therefore far more than just a route to the beach. It's a place where history, nature, and culture meet. A visit here offers a fascinating glimpse into life on La Digue, both past and present. At the end of the path, we park up our bicycles and continue on foot towards the dream beach. The walkway is stunning, leading along and beneath enormous granite boulders. Anse Source donjon is made up of several sections, and we pick a spot to settle in. The beach is very popular and often busier than the others on the island, so our tip is to come early. It's hard to imagine a place more perfect, isn't it? At high tide, the beach is also great for snorkeling, and we've often spotted sea turtles here. You could easily spend the whole day here until sunset. The beach bars serve drinks, though you'll need to bring your own food. But as we still want to show you more of this beautiful island, we head back to our bicycles and cross to the other side of La Digue. The route takes us uphill, and at times it's a bit steep, so do take your time with this tour. Along the road, you'll find Mimi's Café, a lovely spot for a tasty Creole lunch or a refreshing drink. Shortly after reaching the highest point, the road heads downhill. We cycle through an evergreen palm forest, descending until we reach the track that leads to Grande Anse. Grande Anse, along with its sister beaches Petite Anse and Anse Cocos, is not always suitable for swimming due to strong waves and underwater currents. However, we'll show you a spot at Anse Cocos later where you can always enjoy a swim. Wow, what a panorama. This long sandy beach is simply breathtaking. Here at Grande Anse, there's a restaurant and of course cold drinks are available. At the neighbouring beaches, which we'll reach shortly on foot, the options are more limited to drinks only, so it's best to bring some extra snacks along. Sturdy footwear and sun protection for your head are also recommended. A walk of about 20 minutes brings you to Petite Anse, another dream beach with a wide stretch of sand. From here, it's another 30 minutes on foot to Anse Cocos, the third of this trio of stunning beaches on this side of the island. Once you arrive, you can either relax at the beach bar or walk to the natural rock pool at the far end of the beach. It's the perfect place for a refreshing swim after the rather strenuous walk. Pure paradise. If you continue along the path, you'll eventually reach Anse Caiman, the beach you can see from the end of the road on the other side of the island. There's another beach bar here, and when we visited, freshly grilled fish was also on offer. Side note for those seeking an extra adventure and a bit of physical challenge. We recommend a guided hike to the remote beach of Anse Marron. This full-day tour is only possible with a guide, as the route is demanding and not clearly marked. Excellent fitness and sure-footedness are essential. Your efforts will be rewarded with a visit to a virtually untouched beach, as well as a trek around the southern tip of Digue. You can book this tour directly through us or on the island. We could easily spend the whole day on these magical beaches, but we have something special planned for sunset and dinner. So we make our way back along the path to Grande Anse, cycle back to Passe, freshen up at our accommodation, and then head out to the natural bar. The restaurant sits right by the water and serves freshly grilled fish in a relaxed, welcoming atmosphere. With a gentle sea breeze, we savour the delicious food while our eyes drift again and again over the shimmering water. The perfect finale comes with a breathtaking view of the sunset. That was our tour of Le Digue, an island that captivates with its natural beauty and tranquil charm. Crystal clear waters, striking granite boulders, lush tropical vegetation, and an atmosphere that both slows you down and inspires you. Le Digue is a perfect example of how beautiful simplicity can be. If you have the chance to visit, take your time, let yourself drift, and discover the island entirely at your own pace.